Even in these tough economic times, we are still a nation of spenders and gift givers. But what if our gifts could go further? What if a token of thanks transformed a community a world away? Sounds like a good prospect. For Angie Draskovic, it's business.
Well, the total budget in North America is we spend over $890 billion on gifts, promotional items, and donations a year. And that's in a bad year.
Much of that money spent comes from the corporate sector, a place where she spent 16 years of her career. But there's another world that's close to her, one far from the glass towers of Bay Street.
I branched out into nonprofit for about 6 years, and through that really developed a passion for people in developing nations and an awareness of the extent of the need in those countries. I think what we have here...
Draskovic wanted to find a long-term solution to meet this need. So instead of starting a charity, she founded the Zoe Alliance, a social enterprise that connects corporate and developing world markets.
I'm not pure nonprofit, not pure business. There's got to be something in the middle. And that's really where the concept of social enterprise started to pique my interest. So I did a lot of reading and just started to become aware of the fact that you could have business for cause.
That means making it profitable for all involved. Since most corporations already have money budgeted for gifts and promotional items, her challenge was to find quality products made by artisans in the developing world that would be a good fit.
I think this is probably the hardest version of a startup imaginable because my business partners literally operate out of shacks in villages with dirt roads as the path to get to them. And then I come alongside them and say, okay, now I will be your access to markets. I will help you sell what these people are now producing, and I'll help in terms of vetting what is marketable and what there may be, how we could adapt the product design to be more marketable to generate more demand.
Michael Angemeer is the president of the Veridian Corporation. He's showing off his latest acquisition, a hand-stitched leather portfolio made in Guatemala. It will be a gift to all their outgoing board members.
It's really more than a gift. It's symbolic, and it represents helping, and it's so much more than just a portfolio that you can write things in, and that's why it appealed to us.
What also appeals to him is the story of the person behind each product.
It's not charity. It's trying to make a difference. It's part of our mission is making the world a better place in which to live, and we can all do our small part to help make that happen. So I think it's really having an impact.
Amy Syder has seen the impact firsthand. She works with the people on the ground in Guatemala to fill these orders. Most of them are disabled or on the margins.
So right here in this card, the journal is actually called the cambiar, which is the Spanish word for change. And so that's definitely something that this journal is doing, is bringing change to the lives of people in Guatemala.
The Lake Amatitlan region they come from is hit with high unemployment. Those with disabilities are last in line for jobs.
It's a wonderful opportunity for people to be empowered, for people to live life and to be able to enjoy the basic avenues that we all get to express ourselves from. And employment is one where it really just gives you ownership of your life and control, and allows you to do something meaningful every day.
Finding a job is one thing, keeping it is another. And that's why sustainability is a key part of the work of Zoe Alliance. These silk throws are made by poor women in rural southern India. The project leader, Janet Rogers of Via Designs, says the products give these women more than a job.
For the first time, they can see that they have a status in their community. So as well as the skill and being able to make a fantastic product, they can recognise that actually they are valued as humans.
Each throw bears the mark of the woman who made it, and also their story. But their stories would go untold without access to markets.
It's sustainable as far as the orders will come and help the business to grow, because unless we have the orders, we will have an empty production unit. So it's just been fantastic tonight to meet people from the corporate business world who are interested in placing more orders.
Sustainability is also becoming a buzzword in the business community. So is social responsibility. Simon McMahon of Jantzi Sustainalytics.
Corporate social responsibility and sustainability is here to stay. It began probably as something that had more traction among the nonprofit sector, among advocacy groups. However, it's something that very much is in the mainstream right now. We work very closely with corporations and with investors, and increasingly environmental and social issues are being seen as contributing to corporate risks and corporate opportunities.
And while some view corporations as concerned only with the bottom line, McMahon says doing good is good business. Draskovic is hoping to capitalize on that with the Zoe Challenge.
What we're really doing is we're coming out strong and saying we'd like to challenge everybody to spend 10% of what they plan to spend anyway, not new money, on items produced in accordance with fair trade principles. Corporations spend a lot of money in this particular area. It's a very large market, so even slicing off 10% can have a dramatic impact in creating sustainable job-creating aid that's not, not tied to any other loans or debt structures or any other things that are going to encumber that country. It's pure job creation.
After all her years in the corporate and nonprofit sectors, Draskovic says she's found her perfect fit, a job that's become a calling.
I'm motivated by my faith, really. I think everybody is. They're motivated by their faith and their beliefs and their value systems. I think we're called as Christians to live a life that is demonstrating the values that we hold. So it's more about living and being and doing as we believe than it is convincing anybody else to believe what we believe, because I think that's more persuasive actually than anything I could ever say.
In Toronto, Denise, Lodde, 100 Huntley Street.